Hello students, this is Nabila, your EVS teacher from Mount Literacy School Jhansi. I hope you all are good at home. So let's start with a new chapter, that is fuels. In this chapter, we are going to learn about types of fuels and their uses, renewable and non-renewable sources of energy, comparison between petrol and diesel, and saving fuels. Let's begin. Fuels are material from which we can obtain energy. We use this energy for number of purposes like cooking, running vehicles and machines, generating electricity, etc. Fuels can be solid, liquid or gaseous. To understand this better, let's underline the fuels that appear in the paragraph given below and classify them as solid, liquid and gaseous fuels. Ashish lives in a remote village. His mother burns firewood to cook food on the earthen stove, that is chula. So firewood over here is one of the fuel. Sometimes she also burns coal instead of wood. Another fuel is coal. Ashish's father is a farmer. He uses a tractor to plow his fields. The tractor runs on diesel. Diesel is again a fuel. His cousin Ankita lives in Delhi. Her mother cooks food on a gas stove which uses LPG. LPG is a fuel. Her father goes to office in a car which runs on petrol. Here, petrol is a fuel. Every morning, Ankita goes to the school in a bus that uses CNG as a fuel. So, CNG again is a fuel. As we have underlined the fuels given in the paragraph, now let's classify them: solid, liquid and gaseous. So, firewood and coal are the examples of solid fuel, whereas diesel and petrol are the examples of liquid fuel. And the gaseous fuel examples are LPG and CNG. Hence, we can say that fuels can be solid, liquid or gaseous. Fuels that occur in nature. Fuels like coal, petroleum and natural gas occur freely in nature. These fuels are termed as fossil fuels as they are formed by the decomposition of dead plants and animals that got buried deep inside the earth millions of years ago. Renewable and non-renewable sources of energy. Fuel is a source of energy. Sources of energy are of two types: renewable and non-renewable. First, let's renewable sources of energy. Energy sources like solar energy, wind energy and hydro energy cannot get exhausted by our use. Such sources of energy are called renewable sources of energy. These sources are non-polluting. Whereas non-renewable sources of energy are energy sources like petrol, diesel, gas, charcoal or kerosene, which get exhausted by our use and cannot be replenished or renewed if once used. Such sources of energy are non-renewable sources of energy. Petrol and diesel. Car run on petrol, diesel and CNG. Vehicles that run on petrol are fitted with a petrol engine. Vehicles that run on diesel are fitted with a diesel engine. Buses and trucks usually run on diesel. Petrol engines usually run for a longer time than diesel engines do. This is because petrol is more refined than diesel. This is the reason why engines of buses and trucks make a louder noise than those of cars when they start. Petrol has a higher price than diesel. These days, Two types of petrol and diesel are available in the pumps, leaded and unleaded. Saving fuels. Fuel is precious because we need it all the time, so we must use fuel judiciously. We should ensure that we do not waste or overuse it. Here are few basic guidelines for saving various kinds of fuels. Let's understand. First, one must turn off gas stove when not in use. This must be done not only for saving fuel but also for ensuring safety. When a vehicle is stranded in a traffic jam, its engine must be switched off to avoid wastage of fuel. A kerosene gas stove or a burning oil lamp must be put off when not required. Sometimes, as the engine gets older, a vehicle consumes more fuel than normal. To avoid this, one must use a fuel efficient vehicle, that is, its engine must be serviced regularly so that it does not consume extra fuel. If one is using a fireplace, the coal must be used till it burns out completely. So, these were some of the ways how we can save the fuel. Children, this is all for today. I hope you understood the topics. Hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching.